Hello and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'll be filming this look for you guys today. It's a green half cut crease look. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and comment down below. Stay tuned. Starting with my eyebrows, I like to go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow Pomade in the shade Dark Brown. And then at the ends, I like to take a black eyeshadow and extend those. It looks messy right now, but they'll look a lot better whenever I'm finished with them. I'll do the other one after them, and then I take my ratchet ass spoolie brush and I brush through these. My dogs chewed this all up, so it's got teeth marks all up and down the handle. Just brush those out so I don't have any harsh lines and they don't look ugly. Brush out the front of my brows too, so there's not those blocky Instagram brows that you've seen in 2015. Next, I'm going to use my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit. I'm going to use this light shade right here underneath my brows. And then I'm going to use this drugstore brush. I don't know where I got it from. It's probably a paint brush. I'm going to go underline my brows to clean those up. And then also go in that eyebrow stitch to make that more defined. I take the same cream color and go on my eye, like on my eyeball thing, eyelid, so that I can get that good solid base for my eyeshadow. And take the same color and go above my eyebrow to make that cut out and make it look nice and neat, as opposed to this messy mess that I have right now. It looks harsh right now because it's a lot lighter than my skin tone, but we'll work that out with the foundation. Going in my eyebrow slit and just cleaning that up, making it extra pointy at the back. And I'll do the other one. I'm looking kind of crazy right now, but I'll just take my wet beauty blender and blend out those harsh lines. When I go in with my foundation, it shows up too harsh if I don't blend these. So you want to make sure to blend those lines even where it comes in up on the top of the eyebrow. And then blend in on top of the eyelid as well, so you get a nice solid base for your eyeshadow. I never know where I'm going to start with my eyeshadow, but today I think I'm going to do a green cut crease. So I'll be going in with my Morphe brushes 35U palette using these green shades right here. I'm going to start with that light one first, pack that on to the main part of my eye. That way we get a good green base. And since I'm doing a cut crease, I'm not going to pack too much product into the inner part of my eye since it's just going to be wiped away. I'll bring that up as high as I want to. I usually go just below my eyebrow. And then I bring that same shade all the way out. I like to dust it into my temple so that when I go back in with my foundation and my concealer, then I can just clean that up and make it look a lot cleaner. I like to do both eyes at the same time so that you get a symmetrical look and you're not going back and forth, finishing one eye and then trying to recreate what you just did on the other eye. I'll do that exact same technique on my left eye. I also like to bring the shades underneath my eye too, just to bring that out because I have really bad wrinkles under my eyes. A lot of people don't see them, but I do. And I don't like how that looks. So again, I'm bringing that all the way out to my temple, just so I can clean that up later on. Next, I'm grabbing the darkest green shade. It's like a forest green. I'm gonna take that one and dust it on my outer V. I know you're supposed to change brushes and all, but I don't clean my brushes, so we're just gonna keep on doing that. Just using the same brush, bringing that one into the outer V and out onto the temple. That way you get a nice blended color. And you bring that same color on the left eye. I don't think that green is dark enough, so I'm just gonna go in with my Jacylnn palette, grab this dark black shadow with my Kylie Jenner brush, and just bring that into the outer V, just to deepen up that green shade a bit. I'm not gonna blend it with this brush, just because this brush isn't that great for blending. I'm gonna pack that on, make it look a little bit crazy, and then I'm going to go back in with my other brush and blend that out so it just morphs into that green. Going back in with my cheap brush I got from Amazon, blending that one out, making it look like I didn't use black, just blending that out, deepening up my outer V. Now I'm just going to take this other E-Max design brush that I got from Amazon, take that lightest shade that I've got in the Anastasia Beverly Hills cream contour palette, coat the brush with that, and then start cutting my crease. I'm just going to do a half cut crease because I don't like the way that full cut creases look. I usually take mine above where my crease is at, so it makes my eyes look bigger. And I'll just go above that crease, making sure that line is fresh and crisp. And I'll bring that out, making sure to coat it completely with that concealer. With my cut creases, I usually do one cut crease, then I pack on the light color, and then I go to the other one. That way that it gets tacky and it can set. I try to blend out that concealer where it meets the dark green so that it doesn't look too harsh or anything like that. And try to coat the tip of the brush to make sure that that is a nice crisp line so it looks clean and not messy. You don't want a messy cut crease. And if you make a mistake and go too high, just go with the flow and make that blend out. So now I've got my crease cut, and I'm going to go in with a light shade, this light shade in the Morphe 35U palette. I'm gonna grab a packer brush. I'm gonna grab that color and just pack that on to make some shimmer. And then, like I said before, just blend that into the green. So it's a nice, beautiful blend at the end, making sure that those lines stay nice and crisp. Now I'm going to go in and do the other eye. Now I'm done with my eyes. So I'm going to start with my face. I'm going to go in with my Laura Mercier primer. I actually received this in a box, which is from Influencer, and they send me free products to review, and I get to keep them. This one's actually one of my favorite primers. It's so smooth and silky. I just get that all over my face. Make sure that I'm like, emphasis on my nose because I have these ugly pores. I just stick out, and I've got like the worst blackheads ever. And I also just smudge black eyeshadow all over my face. But that can be cleaned off. So I'm gonna go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Contour Cream Kit. This one's in shade medium. I'm gonna go in that darkest shade. I do my contour and concealer first in darker shades than for my skin tone, so that when I put my foundation on, then that same contour and concealer will show through the foundation. I just like to do little V's on either side of my face, in my cheekbones, in the hollows of my cheeks, so I can carve those out. I don't have the best cheekbones, but they are pretty fine. And I do little lines on my forehead, make my big ass forehead smaller. Contour with my double chin right here. Put an extra emphasis on the bottom of my chin. Then I go in and I do my nose. I used to hate my nose in high school. I used to go way too wide. And now I found out about makeup and I can just contour it out of there. I'm going to take my small beauty blender that I use for contouring. I'm just going to blend all those harsh lines out until they're completely blended. I always end up doing bottom, top, nose, and then my cheekbones when I'm blending out my contour. Even though it looks ridiculously dark right now, I just do my best, blend that out the best I can, and then when I go in with that foundation, it'll just show through the foundation, and I don't have to wear so many more products on top of it. I found that this is a lot better for my skincare. I used to have really bad acne growing up. I still have some acne marks along my cheeks. They were really, really bad. I had cystic acne. And I just cleared that up through college and through the beginning of my adult life. It was a huge insecurity for me growing up. And that's when I got into makeup. I'm blending away my nose contour right now. Not all the way. I like to drag it down a little bit too. Just to make that nice snap. Next, I'm going in with my L'Oreal Paris Infallible Concealer. I found that this is a great dupe for Tarte Shape Tape. I tried using Tarte Shape Tape and it's way too thick for me. It dries too quickly and I can never blend it properly without it showing under eye creases like crazy, and it looks messy. I'm just gonna take my wet beauty blender and blend all of that out into the contour. I'm drinking my Bud Light seltzer right now. Not sponsored. I like to do my under eyes last. It can get a little bit tacky and conceal my Gucci bags under my eyes. I'm gonna cover up some of that eyeshadow too, that I don't want to be there. when I did my under eyes. I'm bringing a little bit of that concealer up onto my nose just to get that snatched look. I used to bring my concealer all the way up underneath my under eyes and have these horrible, horrible creases all around my under eyes, and I hated it. But using this technique, I don't use as much foundation, it doesn't crease as badly, and it just overall looks better. I'm going to make sure that contour is blended out on my neck so we don't have any ridiculous looking lines. Next, I'm going in with my favorite foundation at this moment, TooFaced Born This Way in the shade Medium Beige. I know TooFaced is canceled, but it's my favorite foundation at the moment. It just has a flawless application, and even though it looks like it's too dark, it's not, trust me. I'm just gonna blend that in, being careful not to hit too much of this under eye concealer so we don't get too much product on there so it's not looking cakey. Next, I'm taking some RCMA No Color Powder. This is the bottle it comes in. I use this empty L'Oreal Hydro Perfecting Powder for baking. I use that empty container for it since I used all the old product. I make sure to get quite a bit of product on my under eyes just to fill in those pores. This powder is so fine, it can get into your pores and make your skin look poreless and flawless. I make sure to pack that on and then put a little bit extra just to bake it. I go underneath from my ear down to my chin just to get that nice carved cheekbone. Even though I've got a fat face, it still helps it out as much as it can. Put a little bit on my forehead just to set that, and then down my nose. Next, I'm using my Anastasia Beverly Hills Brow Powder Bronzer. I'm just taking this little brush that I got. I think I got it online. I don't know where most of my brushes came from. They're an assortment of drugstore. Some are paint brushes. They actually work pretty well for what I need them for. I'm just gonna contour away where I put that cream contour earlier. And then I'm gonna take a little dab on my brush, pinch the brush, and then go alongside my nose just to accentuate that contour and make my nose more snatched. Next, I'm taking this Real Techniques brush, and I'm just gonna dust away where I set that baking powder so that just cleans it up, blends it into that bronzer, and get that powder on my eyebrows, go underneath this eye, just dust all that off. Next, I'm going in with my Kylie Jenner Loose Powder Highlighter. It's my favorite one right now. It's Santorini. I do the highlighter first before I do blush so that I can really get that blend in. I do that on my high cheekbone, on my, like right underneath my brow, and a little bit on top of my brow. I'm going to do that on both sides, make sure that's blended. Then I take a little bit less, the tip of my nose and up my nose, and then I hit the top of my cupid's bow. Next, I'm going to take my MAC blush in Plum, and I use a foundation brush for this, just so you can get a fuller application. Dust a little bit of that on, And I like to hit right above where I hit my contour and then bring that out lightly onto the apples of my cheeks. Blend it into the contour and the highlight. And then you get that nice blend and not that Neapolitan ice cream look. I also like to take a small little dab of it, hit the top of my nose, and on the top of my forehead just to get a little extra color. Next, I'm going to set it with my Milani Make It Last setting spray. I spray a lot on, and then I grab a card and just fan my face so I can get that nice, flawless look. I also make my own setting spray with rose water, and a little bit of witch hazel, and that one works for all day setting spray if you are going to do some extracurricular activities after the club. To finish up this look, before I do the lashes on here, I'm going to use my Maybelline New York Colossal Spider Perfect. I'm using that mostly on my bottom lashes since I have none. And I'm going to put a light coat on top of my lashes as well, just so I can get that darker look on my eyelashes. I don't put too much because this stuff is not easy to get off at the end of the day, and I don't feel like rubbing my face until it burns. And yes, that is a blueprint in the background. I did that for my ex-boyfriend, and then he decided to dump me, so now it's mine. And I think it's a nice look for my studio. Lastly, I'm going to put on my lashes with my Duo Lash Glue, and I'll do those off camera. Alright, here is the finished look. I also added a lippy, the Stila Stay All Day Liquid Lipstick, and I don't know what color this is, but it's like that. Added that. There's my green half cut crease eyeshadow look for today. And if you've made it this far, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe.